Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rolling Through Life. My name is Wanda, and it's chat night. I'm a few minutes late, but I'm here. So hopefully we get a couple people in tonight. Hey, Gail, how are you doing, hon? Hey, maid, how are you? Yeah, I gotta shut this off. Good, glad to hear it. I've been sleeping most of my life away for a while. I went and set my alarm for 6 o'clock tonight. Didn't get out of the recliner until 7:30. Hey, college, how are you? I am so sorry, maid. I'm glad you're feeling better, though. I hate getting sick. All I want to do is go out there and do something with my life. And when you're stuck at home sick, ugh. Yeah, I've been wondering what time I'll go to bed tonight. Probably 10. I've been sleeping a lot today. I got up at 10 because my aide was coming at 10:30. Well, I overslept then. I was supposed to get up at 8. Got up at 10, trying to hurry out of bed, which was not a pleasant sight. I looked like a fish out of water trying to get out of bed. And so I finally did that. And at 2 o'clock, my OT came in. And since then, I've been laying down. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, college. Hopefully, you find something soon. Okay, Laura, thanks for letting us know, sweetheart. You're on my prayers. I probably wouldn't have quit, though, until I had a job. But that's use that 2 weeks and take a vacation. But yeah, I thought I would sit back today, get in a recliner, and finish up a blanket that I have to get done. No, it just became my cover. Curled up and slept from 2 to 7:30, basically off and on. So what have you guys been up to this week? It was made. It was. Thank goodness I had a stitch marker in it, though. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? So it didn't unravel any, thank goodness. But yeah. I don't know. I want to go do something this weekend. I just don't know what. I'll probably have to wait though. Wait a couple weeks. Um, they're coming tomorrow to make a list of all the repairs I need on my chair, which I'm only asking for three main repairs: my batteries, um, my seat cushion, the arms, and my wheels. And so they got to come out and do all that tomorrow. So hopefully within 2 weeks I have it all. But I was looking up 2025's wheelchairs coming out because I'm due for a new one at the end of 2024. Oh man, there's this one that goes 15 miles an hour. Oh Lord, I want that chair, but I know my insurance will not cover it. But I want that chair. Yeah, the banks will be open tomorrow. I'm still waiting college. Oh no, Laura, I am so sorry to hear that, hon. Just rest it for a couple days. Um, kind of massage the muscles. It's about all you can do is just let it rest. Because this hand does the same thing. And I hate it when I have to put my crochet down because my stupid hand needs resting. Because, when you get going, you want to get going. While you have the crojo, you want to get stuff done. Either your body's working and your crochet is gone, your crojo, or you have your crojo and your body's not working. It always seems to be that way. Oh, absolutely, Laura. Absolutely. See, I can't ice anything. My whole body freezes up if I ice any part of my body. All my bones feel it. That's why it takes a little longer for anything to heal on me because I can't put ice on it. But I'm glad you can. No. But I'm telling you what, my neighbor across the hall, she's moving out. She gave me this ceramic heater. And I'm telling you, it feels like Florida in this house. I love it. It's like 80 degrees. It gets warmer than that damn heater. I'm loving it. Yeah, it is, Laura. But, I do have a homemade ice pack in my freezer. Um, it's with alcohol and Dawn dish liquid. That's for when my grandbabies are over and they get a bump on the head. But that's the only ice packs I keep. Probably at the beginning of next week, I'll be going back in the hospital to get fluid drained again. You guys ought to see the difference between before and after fluids drained. I did take video of it. I just got to get the video made. But it looks like I just had a baby. Within an hour, my stomach is way down. Oh, absolutely, college. Yeah, I haven't had to wear a sweater in days, which is nice. But as you see, it's so swollen. I have no chest. That's how swollen it is. Oh well, that's good, Laura. At least you got ice packs in the house. I like the homemade one, honestly, because they don't overfreeze and it molds. That's kind of why I like them. I'm sure they make them out on the market also. But when I found out how to make them and they're moldable, yeah. I think next week, if I'm on here, I might do a StreamYard, or maybe some people can come up and show some of their work they've done. Um, we haven't done that in a very long time. But let's see. My poor aide. I kind of mentioned how I like my yarn. I like it all together by brand, not color. Next week she's coming in to get it all sorted. And I'm like, you have a job. Because Rhonda sorted it for me once. And now it's all mixed matched again. So I said, you got a job on you? She goes, I don't care. It's something to do, when the basics are done, like the kitchen and the bed and the bathroom and all are clean. She goes, it's something to do to keep my time. Oh my gosh, Laura, that's funny. Yeah, I think the Dawn dish liquid would kind of like hinder that taste. Yeah, that. Ugh. So what else is interesting going on? Nobody in this world can be as bored as I've been this week, or as um, unaccomplished as I was this week. Thank you, Jenny. I might go to Walmart Friday just to get out of the house. If it's warm enough. If it's like at least 40, because if it's too cold, I ain't going out. And I ain't paying $8 for door to door to go to Walmart. You are too funny, Laura. Does sound like a plan, though, doesn't it? Oh, well, that's good, Jenny. I'm glad to hear that. It's sad that Jeff had to go in, anyways, though. I found this Lego set. I had to have it. Just, well, as my daughter-in-law calls it, Tego. Timu Legos. Um, it's one of the old tan motorhomes. I remember the one we borrowed was white, I believe, but it reminded me of some of the trips we took when I was a child. Had to have it. Um, Definitely a 70s vibe. No problem, Jenny. I've been recliner napping all day. No big deal. I was 10 minutes late coming on. Tomorrow I have my nurse coming over. We're going to have a talk. And then I think Friday morning my OT's coming over. But that's a half-hour visit. But I think I'm going to stop OT and PT after another month and just keep working on the exercises. And then a month before it's time for me to get my new chair, I'm going to get OT back in here because they got all the notes and shit of what I want, what I need, what I don't want, what I don't need. Because these power chair salesmen are just like a freaking car salesman. They want to get the new stuff out without a whole lot of adjustments, so that way they can make a sale on the highest item that your insurance will pay for. And this time I have someone to advocate for me exactly what I need. And she knows how to word it to where I can get what I need. So that's always a good thing. Because as laymen, we don't know how to word some of that shit to get what we need. So I can't wait to get my new chair. It's got to be better than this piece of shit. I've hated this thing since I got it. But the good thing is I'm getting a new cushion for it. So with a brand new cushion and the tires and the batteries under a year old or a year old by then, I should be able to sell it to pay for most of my deductible. We can hope. Is anybody out there? Yeah. Okay. I got to talk to my doctor. I don't think my rib bone completely healed because now I have a hard time stretching out my left arm. So I'm breaking down, guys. Little by little, I'm breaking down, which is a pain in the ass, but I guess we all break down eventually, don't we? Nobody leaves this world alive. Oh, I know, Rhonda. Like, if I reach for something to the side and stretch out my arm, it pops every time. Well, I didn't. I was able to get it right away. But I don't get SSI. I get Social Security Disability Retirement Income. It's two different things. Hey Joe, how are you doing, hon? But yeah, nowadays everybody gets denied the first time usually, and they're even making it harder to get on these days. So if you can find a job that you can do, I would do it because I'm hearing it's getting harder and harder to get on, which by all rights it should. There should not be a job out there that you can do in order to get it. It's true college. Yeah. Yeah, I was just reading up on that a couple days ago. Oh, and anyone that pays for Prime, I came across an article where, well, we do know Freevee has commercials in their movies. That's not a big deal. But now to get um, an uninterrupted, I think you have to pay $2.99 a month, and then you don't get the 4 HGTV or HD. You know what I'm talking about. HDTV. I think that's what it is. But that's another charge on top of that 2.99. So yeah, go in your settings and find out what's going on. Me, I don't care. Commercials don't bother me. It's usually when I run to the bathroom, you know, get something to drink, pop some popcorn. It don't bother me. I think we've all become so accustomed to getting things without interruption that we've become very spoiled. Oh, anyone in here? Have you guys made the leggy frog yet? I haven't made it, but I'm just wondering if it's easy enough to worth getting the yarn for it and trying it. Because I think if I'm going to do a vendor show, I'm going to do some in the bulky and some in worsted weight. I know the worsted weight will probably cost a little bit more than the bulky, or maybe they even out because of the cost of the yarn. But I'm kind of want to do half and half. Yeah, actually, the owner reached out to me earlier last week. She's doing good. And I said thank you for giving her a loving home because I was really worried about Molly. But she's spoiled. She gets lots of cat's treats. They've kept her on the diet I had her on, which is good. Um, so she gets that expensive food. And I'm glad they kept her on it. They was able to afford that. Um, and she's got a little brother. So she's happy. I would love to go see her one day, but I don't know where she's living because I dropped her off at the woman works in a nursing home, so that's where I took Molly to, and that's where the owner feels safe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with that. But I would love to visit Molly, see if she still remembers me. But I'm also afraid of that. She might hiss at me. But her being so shy to me, but so welcoming to someone else, I do think all these years she had a problem with the wheelchair and I didn't realize it. At $12 sounds okay, but 43, I don't know. Because they know these people in these homes don't have a lot of money. Most of their money goes on their rent. That's a shame. Well, maybe he could pay for just a cut, a simple cut, and then have the nurses do his shampoo for him. That's ridiculous, though, $43. But I don't know. I've been into beauticians to where it costs a lot more than that. And I choose not to partake. But when you only got one company coming in, you have to have long hair or pay their prices. It's a shame. Yeah, exactly, Laura. And you can't, it's hard for you to take out of your budget. I get it. It's a shame that like the DAV or the VFW doesn't go around nursing homes and do that. And I know he was never in the military, but I know a lot of them do that kind of volunteer work. Oh, awesome, college. But when you're incapable to do it, you do bank on professionals. And unfortunately, that costs money. Like, I would never cut my own hair. Not in a million years. You might be able to do it under that, Laura. Talk to them about it. They might make him become a member, but he doesn't have to go there to be a member, just in status only, to where he could qualify for, you know, just a little help, cutting hair or whatever at a cheaper rate. I think I'm spoiled because my VFW used to have a gentleman that he had his own barber business for a long time, and he came in once a month, and the money that was given to him, he donated. So if someone came in and couldn't afford it, he cut it. So, but you never know. I mean, there's all kinds of professions in VFW. But as I was going to say, can you see me cutting my hair? Say I put my finger here to cut, right? And as I'm cutting, this hand is getting tired. So it goes like this. Yeah, not a good idea for me to cut my hair. I'd look like that crazy Barbie. Speaking of hair, I got hair all over. Up. That's the line of my footrest. Okay, Rhonda. Trying to grab for her hair, and it's the line of my footrest. Let's see, it's a slow night tonight. Oh, how sweet would be. While you're in here, wanted to make sure this was said while you were here. Helen had a medical episode She's fine, but she needs prayers to for her to get better quicker. I can't tell you what the episode was because I don't have permission to, but it was something to be concerned about, and but she's okay. Let's just pray for a quick healing. I think they're charging. Oh, that's wrong. That's not right, Laura. Floby? Yeah, you're a man, though. I'm doing good, Susan. I hate the dentist. I really do. Well, that's the price we pay college for being single, unfortunately. I mean, how much are they supposed to care? We're freaking adults. Hey, Susan, how are you? She is. She absolutely is, Gail. Yeah, I got news. Um, I think 2, 3 days ago. She's doing okay. Open a can of whoop-ass, right? uh, yeah, I was wondering why she wasn't coming in as much, but apparently she just has not been feeling very well. That's true. Unless you want to live with mommy and daddy again under their rules. And I know I would never want to do that. I think she does too, Gail. I think she puts it up on her TV where you can't comment on your TV, but I know she supports me in her own way. I think Zoom and some other applications out there have spoiled us to where nobody wants to type anymore. Everybody wants to be able to just talk. And I don't know. I think if you got too many people on Zoom, you just overtalk each other all the time. Plus, they wind up finding out more information than you really want them to know. And yeah, you're too funny. But it's you are too funny. Oh, good, Susan. Yeah, Jenny only got like an inch or half an inch, so I'm glad you both are safe. Yeah, my dad passed away about 32 years ago. My mom was relatively not in a far distance, but she's been gone, I think it'll be 7 years, 6 years this year. Time flies because it feels almost like she ain't been gone that long. So what's everybody going to be doing this week or weekend? Either one. I think I'm going to be up late. I think I slept all day. And then I got to go in my room and wrestle with a bed sheet to get it back onto my bed. So that's going to be fun. I'll be a fish out of water 10 times over. Yeah, I found a rest. Okay. I'm going to be doing a video that this one person buys something in the store and it's gross. I never eat it. It's not but preservatives and junk in your system. But she takes it out of a can and recans it into glass jars, which is very, very stupid. I found a recipe where I can make it homemade and it'll last up to a year and it probably tastes 10 times better because you can make it with whatever brand you want and it's healthier. So can't wait to do that video. And I actually have the items here. I don't have to buy anything. It's just getting the energy up to do it. No, enough scrapple. Still have one brick left. I'm going to Virginia this summer or spring to go, have a little vacation with my brother and sister-in-law. And I want to be picking some of that stuff up and bringing it home. Oh, I bet it is, Laura. I'll tell you what it is. I'm going to make my own cheese sauce. Because I thought, how can you make cheese sauce and can it? That stuff's disgusting, right? But actually, I love cheese, and if you make it homemade, man, that stuff would be good over tortilla chips and stuff. Oof. She's in here somewhere, Susan. She hasn't been talking much tonight. Oh, Jenny. Yeah, but it's relatively easy. And I thought, get the little bitty jars to where you open one, you'll use it. That'd be good for like parties and stuff. And you can water bath it. So it's like, I'm going to give it a shot. Eight. I worked for UPS for 8 years. She probably did. I mean, she woke up late, came in, and she probably fell back asleep. I think the end of winter gets all of us. Because I got up at 10 this morning. Was supposed to get up at 8, but I got up at 10, had company until 2, and then I slept till 7:30. All right, Wood Beast. Welcome back, Rhonda. But it seems like the end of winter always catches me. But I'm sleeping more this year than I ever have. I mean, it's bad. I'm here. I have that kind of sleep schedule all the time. And here at 10 o'clock is usually when I'm playing my games. And I'm sitting here with my hand on the mouse like this. And I wake up and it's been an hour. It's ridiculous. Very true, college. You're so silly. I thought cavemen were insurance salesmen. If I can remember that Geico commercial correctly. Was it Geico? I think so. See, yeah, for someone that likes to sell stuff, it's easy. For me, I would never be able to make my quota because I can't do sales. But one time at UPS, we had a contest. It's when, oh, I'm just going to show my age. It's back when UPS first came out with ground tracking. Remember, tracking used to be only for first and second day air? Well, when they brought out ground tracking, we had a contest for sales. And this is at the time when you had to call in, schedule pickup and all. So I would go through everything when I got down to shipping. I said, do you want that to go ground tracking? Yep. Very few people asked what ground tracking was. They just thought it was ground. My sales spiked. And I guess a few people complained because they didn't know that's what they were getting. They had to pull up the call. And they said, well, she offered it to you. You said yes. I think I sold within 3 months period. I sold over 1,000 ground tracking. I won like $200 altogether. Pretty cool. Back in the early 90s, that was a good bonus. Facebook Marketplace, eBay, y'all got all kinds of flaky people that go back on sales. It's par for the course. It just happens. Oh, hush, Susan. It had to be early mid 90s because either it was before or right after my son was born. He was born in 94. So, yeah. Let her keep lying to you, Wood Beast. Let her keep lying. It's her world. Right, Susan? I think the 80s was the last great generation, or decade, but 90s was pretty close. By the time we got to 2000, it sucked. Things got really complicated after computers hit, for entertainment. They were great at work, but for on an entertainment level, society was dumbed down by computers. Right, Susan? Absolutely. Same here, girl. My head and my heart keeps telling me I'm 20, but my body's saying, no, you messed up, girl. I don't know about that, Wood Beast. Yeah, I was a teenager, I just graduated in 82, so the 80s were pretty good. Good music, you know, good nightlife, especially lived in a big city like Columbus. Um, it was an awesome time for me. I know, right? It's saying, slow down, woman, slow down. Boy, I am dating my age on this live. Phew. Turned the big 6-0 this year. Told you, by the time I turn 60, this is going to look like I'm 80. And it's getting there quickly. Didn't even watch it. No, I don't watch Super Bowl. Right, Susan? But breakfast at dinner time sounds awesome right now. All I got is eggs and taters. I don't have no meat, no breakfast meat. Well, college, it's hard out there. Nobody can afford the rent. I mean, you do what you do to live, but I also think if you're going to live with your parents, you need to either help with money or chores, whatever you come up with as a payment. You shouldn't live there for free, but I mean that's what they did back in the old days. Hell, the Amish still does that. Have generational housing. I think it's good if people could get along. I really do. Like if my family had generational housing, I would not be worrying about falling in the middle of the night. Because someone would always be there. It, you know, you just you're born to take care of people, whether someone takes care of you when you're a baby or you take care of someone when they're elderly. It is what it is. Absolutely would be. I love breakfast for dinner. Oh, wow, Laura. Congratulations, girl. Oh, that sounds good, Susan. Yeah, I was going to have to start doing wood base. Yeah, I mean, if you can even pay for half the mortgage on your parents' home, or even just help with utilities and chores, you're lifting a burden from them when they gave you a house, a place to live all your life. So I just think it's awesome if you can get along. Now, if it's nothing but stress, someone got to go. Right, Susan? Yeah, right. But I think the younger generation is learning that college degree, you got to work many years before you get that top notch pay grade. You can't just go into a company and earn $150,000 off the bat. You just can't do it. Okay, some can, very few can. For the most part, you're starting off at $50,000 a year with $100,000 loan over your head. I think apprenticeship or tech school is the way to go these days, because my son says they're looking for electricians left and right. Nobody wants to go through the apprenticeship. They don't want to get their hands dirty. And then what do these kids wind up having to do? Work at Taco Bell or McDonald's, because they're so damn picky that they finally run out of money and don't have a choice. Because I'm talking to my grandkids, they want to be these professions, and that's awesome. If they can make it, that's great. But they also need a plan B. Because from what I'm gathering, it's getting harder for a white person to get in college, number one. Number two, it doesn't mean that you're going to be accepted into the school you want to be accepted to. Like my granddaughter wants to be a lawyer. There's no guarantee you'll be accepted into law school. So you have to have a plan B. And that's the problem with the generation these days. They don't have a plan B. And I think a lot of parents have set them up for that. You go to college or nothing. Well, there's a whole lot of somethings in between college and nothing. And they're not being redirected to something that may be beneficial to them, because we got to understand not everybody is made for schooling. I wish I never went to college. I just wasn't made for it. I wish I would have gotten into some type of business program or entrepreneur or apprenticeship and able to build a career that way. But we just don't think about it. And our generation is really bad at pointing our kids straight to college. There's got to be an in between. Some kids just don't do well in school. And your kid. If your kid's good in school. Don't push them in something they're going to fail at. It's basically the whole gist of it. Don't make your kid do something they're going to fail. Not everyone can become the president of the United States. Don't ever tell a kid they can. Because 9 out of 10 times they will not. That has to be a passion. And that has to come from here. You know what I'm saying? And I will get off that soapbox because chat stopped on me. So what do you guys want to talk about? Oh, it was a rant? That was a much calmer rant than usual. It's just we all made that mistake. That's what we were taught. It used to be only the talented went to college. The rest of us got jobs. Hmm. I would like to publish a small book though. I can't get past the first two chapters though. That's where I'm kind of. I kind of wanted to make it a novel, but I think maybe a young adult book might be better for this story. Well, sometimes I don't keep myself distracted. Like today, all I did was sleep. But for the most part, of course, I got my crochet. Get a hobby you like that doesn't take a whole lot of money, but yet you like doing it. Schedule a day out once a week, whether it's just a walk around Walmart or Target or whatever. Don't necessarily have to buy anything. Sit on your porch. You don't know what neighbors you're going to meet. I think that's another thing. We become too solitude in this day and age. We should know our neighbors. Oh, okay, college. Makes sense. Now, I drive myself crazy once in a while sitting here. But sometimes I get a hair up my ass and I do something productive. But you know how that goes. Well, that's a shame made. Hey, Peggy, how are you? True. Not too good, but I'm hanging in there. Maybe, do you have like a senior center or maybe a group of something you like to do? Like, I know in Columbus, I used to be part of a group that once a month we went to the movies. Or, a hobby. Get into a group with a hobby. Well, introduce yourself to the new neighbors. Well, depending on how old she is, maybe she's lonely. Maybe you guys can become friends. Oh, that's a shame, made. Yeah. And I find that a lot in people my age. I see it here all the time in this building. Um, they reach a certain point and they just give up and they just sit around watching TV, wait to die. I can't do that. I have to, I mean, I have my moments, don't get me wrong, but I have to have something to do that's productive. Um, Maybe find a church. That's at least once a week you can get out and talk to someone. Yeah, and it's sad to see people do that. I don't know how many people I have seen move in here. Within a month, they're dead because they've just given up. They think because they come to these apartments, it's the end of the road. Within a month or two, they're gone. I don't know how many times I've seen that. They don't talk with nobody. They just sit in their apartment and nobody knows they're gone until a wellness check is done. And I hate seeing that. But then I don't blame them because we got a couple of nosy Nancy's in the building that want to know all about your life, and then they start spreading lies. You learn that real quick when you move in here. It was funny. I had a leak. My plumbing was leaking. Where they drained my stomach, it was leaking. And I was told to go to the emergency room. So I had the ambulance pick me up because it was Friday night, bus is not running. So the two nosy Nancy's were outside acting like they were on the phone, watching me leave. And of course, I'm not moaning and groaning. Nothing hurts. I'm just leaking. And a couple of days later, they see me and they go, "We seen the ambulance pick you up." I said, "Yeah." "Are you okay?" "Yeah, at our age, if it ain't one thing, it's another." It is bugging them mad because they don't know what happened. They are going nuts. And it is funny hearing them about them talking to neighbors, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And I haven't told any neighbor what happened. It wasn't it was a medical emergency, but it wasn't that severe. It was funny as hell. They do, Peggy. They definitely need to get a life. But it's just funny. Watching them scramble trying to find out what the hell is going on. Even the one lady I talked to a whole lot, I haven't even told her. Mm-hmm. It's just funny watching them. And they don't need to know. They have... We used to have this mentally disabled couple that lived here. And the woman thought if you moved in this building, they had a right to know what your diagnosis is. Well, when I moved in, I put a stop to that shit right away. You don't get to know my business. But if I couldn't get to a neighbor before they did, they would tell her. They had no idea. So it's been passed on from neighbor to neighbor that they have a right to know. You don't have a right to know nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And they even tried to corner Rhonda when Rhonda came over to try to get some information. And Rhonda told them if she wanted you to know, she'd tell you. I thought that was funny because that really grinded their gears, thinking they would pull it out of someone that visits. They tried to ask my aide about it. And I knew they would find out who my aide was. I mean, someone's always watching that damn hallway. My aide says, "I can't release that medical information to you." It's too funny what they will go to find out what happened. And it wasn't that bad. It's just My plumbing had to be super glued. That's all that it was. It just had to be super glued. Finally took the bandage off the other day, and the super glue, I mean, they had to put it on real thick because it was not sealing. And I was pulling super glue up like string cheese, trying to get that shit off my skin. Hey, Chandler, how are you? They lurk in the hallways. Yeah, sometimes I catch a shadow under my door that they're trying to listen to when I have someone here. That's why I hate these doors. There's like an inch gap at the bottom. And anything that's said in here, they hear it. They are very snoopy. And I just like playing games with them. Because it was nothing that, I mean, I'm sure if I let it go, it would have been life or death. But it wasn't life or death. I just needed maintenance. That was it. Well, there's a difference mate. If you know, if you're real close to a neighbor or something, there is some concern. But imagine this. I call them because there is no transportation to the emergency room for me on the weekend. So I called them, told them what was going on. They put me on the gurney. I'm not moaning. I'm not passed out. You know, and they're in the hallway just waiting to get information. That's snooping. You know, it wasn't like I was leaving half dead. I've lived in an apartment pretty much my whole adult life. There are a few times I've had single houses, but I'm used to it. It is what it is. Um, just with apartments, don't make your best friend in the same place you live because you are going to wind up knocking heads. Same with your job. Don't make best friends at work. You find best friends in like extracurricular activities, church, clubs, movies, whatever. Never where you work or live. Because then people wind up getting information and it spreads. So that's just my advice with apartment living. Other than that, I love it. You call a phone number, they fix your shit. I don't think I could ever own a house. Even with the credit score I got and stuff, I would never buy a house. Because then I have to have the money for the maintenance and hire professionals to fix it. Here, I just make a phone call and let them deal with it. It's their property. Now, I had to put rent money in escrow a couple of times because they did have a couple of slumlords. But they get the job done pretty quickly if they're not getting their rent money. So that's how I use escrow. If you're not going to fix it and it's a safety hazard, I'm going to put the money in the court. It's just the way it is. Plus, with apartment life, especially when I was younger, I was able to get up and move and meet new people all the time. Because, people get on my nerves. And when my neighbors start getting on my nerves, I moved. Yeah, but at my age, college, I would die before it's paid off. I would never be able to enjoy that benefit. So why do it now? I've never really had the inclination to own property. I mean, it's not like I can get out there and mow the grass or get up on the roof and repair shingles or replace shingles. If a pipe bursts, I'd be on the phone with my brother's help because I don't know where the damn shutoff valves are. I'd be useless owning the house. I would rather pay. It is a little extra money, but you got to think your taxes, insurance, and maintenance is all included in that rent. You know what I'm saying? So you might be thinking you're paying less, but you're basically paying the same amount I'm paying on regular rent. It's just yours is split up in different costs. And when you have a problem, it costs you a whole lot of money up front. So, do you want the trouble of maintaining or let someone else do the maintaining? That's the big thing. And I got a mouth. So these neighbors are afraid of me. Not that I could hurt anybody, but they're afraid of me. Kind of like it like that. They don't play their shit on me anymore. It's like one time I was downstairs and I know who gave this woman the rule, but I acted like I didn't know. I said, who in the hell is going around telling aides that they cannot use the washer and dryer after 9 p.m.? She goes, I did because someone was doing laundry at 2 a.m. I said, that would be me. Oh, well, yeah. Sometimes we have to do laundry that because we can't get in during the day. Oh, okay. Yeah, shut her up real quick. And I've never threatened this lady. But she's afraid of me because I got a big mouth. Oh, I know that, Harold. I'm afraid of you, though. But they change their tune when they find out I've done something and it's not against the rules. But it is what it is. You're cold? Yeah, a little bit. But I still love you. You're my brother. Now that I do miss me. I do miss having an apartment with my own washer and dryer. If I had space to put a portable one in my kitchen, I would, but I don't. But yeah, I miss my washer and dryer. Do laundry as the loads get done, as you need to, instead of having to wait a certain day when the washer and dryers are open. Hey, Angela, how are you, hon? But I'm still looking for a place. Even the places in Kenton are getting a little expensive. The apartment I wanted that I knew I could afford The rent went up $80 this year. I'm like, holy shit. So, I mean, I'll still take it, but I'm going to have to find a way of getting some income coming in to make up for the part that I have to overpay what I'm paying now. I'm doing okay, Angela. Could always be better, but I'm doing okay. Yeah, exactly, Harold. And I understand why it went up. Everything's went up. But they're pricing people out of houses and apartments and shit. Even in little small towns like Kenton. They are. Now, this one isn't exactly nuts, okay? All I'm responsible for is the electric and my cable, of course, or my internet. But it went from $470 to $550 a month. Now, for me, that's quite a jump. It's not that bad as prices go, but for my income, yes, it is. Yeah, housing, and a lot of people's they bought houses because housing prices were going up, and they thought this would be an investment because they keep going up. So now I think we've hit the outer shell of the bubble and it's about to burst, and it's going to be like it was before. A lot of people are going to be foreclosed, houses are going to remain empty, and people on the streets, unfortunately. But a lot of that is greed. A lot of people, okay, say you have 4 children. For some particular reason, they think each child deserves their own bedroom. Get a boy's room and a girl's room. At the most, 2 bedrooms is what you need. And a large family room. Hang out in the family room. You don't have to hang out in the bedrooms. They buy houses that are way too big for what they really can afford. They don't think of, okay, can I get the money saved up for a couple of years if I lose my job to pay for the mortgage? Nobody thinks ahead anymore. They would rather rack up the credit cards, get a second mortgage or personal loans, and then they're even in further in debt. Well, see, and that's where a lot of parents go wrong, Angela. They don't tell them the word no. I pay the mortgage. You will sleep where I tell you to sleep. And that's what's wrong. These kids have never heard the word no. Exactly. Yep. You just need a boy's bedroom, a girl's bedroom, and a family gathering room, whether it be a living room or a den. Doesn't matter. Now, me and my brother, we were little. I think we shared a room till I think I was 6 or 7 when we moved it, when mom and dad finally bought a house. And they got 2 children, 3 bedrooms. But no matter what anybody tells you, children's services cannot say anything about boys and girls sleeping in the same room until they're over 18. They can't say anything about it. They have to have separate beds, but not separate rooms. That's what the bathroom's for, is to change your clothes. Just a little hint out there. Children's Services tries to put that out there, but you don't have to. You got that right, Harold. Yeah, they want them to like be come out of the womb all grown up, and it's they don't want to direct them. You can stop that stuff if you wanted to. Like a lady can be on the pill or just keep her damn legs crossed. And men, they can learn to control. I don't know where the hell this came from. A man can't control himself. Right, Wood Beast? Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, Angela. Stop paying them to have kids. That's another thing. Yep. I know. I remember it was right after Sandy was born. I was on welfare for a while. I was on food stamps. And I said, I just can't make it. Now, remember, I'm a new parent, new to the system. I didn't understand how everything worked. I said, I don't understand how I can feed her on what you're giving me. And then they told me about WIC, and then they said, if you want more food stamps, have another child. You're telling me that $50 increase in food stamps is going to raise that child? You guys are full of shit. And they still promote that kind of thinking at the welfare office. If you want more money, have more kids. Yeah, I mean, there are some circumstances made it, and I know that. But for the most part, we don't value marriage or the sanctity of it. I mean, this is just me, but, and I did not live a clean life when I was young. So let's just take that, put that on the table right now. But I think now, how having sex is very intimate. How can you be intimate with 500 people on that level? That's just me. It's just me. You're right about that, Maid. Some do not need to have kids. Right, Peggy? It's like, have more kids, we'll give you more money. I told them no. I ain't going through that pain. And definitely didn't want two daddies. You know, two baby daddies. I didn't want that. I wasn't going to have another child just for $50. Yeah, it was, Angela. Yeah, absolutely. I just wish more people took pride in themselves. You know what I'm saying? These girls that does OnlyFans. Now, I do know some people that have OnlyFans that just talks about political stuff and things that they can't talk on YouTube or TikTok about. I know they do. But they're, OnlyFans, a lot of basically porn sites. How can you whore yourself out like that? And then expect a good man that makes good money to want you. I could see a man's point of view on that, like, no. I can see a female's, if a male does it, no. Everybody's seen that body. No. Very true. Yep. And I wish, I mean, I hear some of the younger kids speaking more traditional values. here in the past 5 years, maybe, but the young adults, I hate to say it, but I think they're a lost cause. That's the big thing. Their parents never taught them to respect themselves. You are right about that. Don't expect you to, would be. I don't know. Maybe I've turned into an old fuddy duddy. Who knows? Oh, the male bashing. I'm not bashing them. I'm just saying if men think that about women, women definitely think that about men. Very true, Angela. I don't go for the old fashioned way of thinking like back in the 40s, 50s, and even earlier. The men have to get rid of their pent up frustrations, and why put that on the woman? The bullshit. It's giving man an excuse to be a whore. Yeah, I don't believe that. Oh, I'm sorry, Peggy. He's Uncle Sam today. Absolutely made. Yes. Yes, Angela. I do not want a man that acts like a woman. I deal with my own temperament. I don't need to deal with a man acting like me. I want a strong man that will take the lead in the family in the right direction. You know, I don't want one that goes around flaunting his little fairy wings and skipping down the road and thinking he's a woman. I don't want it. Like I said, the computer dumbed us down, college. They definitely have. Well, good would be because you come in and I never know who you're going to be. You got that right, Angela. Well, it's true. Have you seen some of these young men? They're not men. They're a carbon copy of a woman. Yeah, a little bit. That's like these men and women's sports, man. They're erasing women. And I thought that's what we fought for back in the 60s. Women's rights. And now they're just stomping all over them. Right, Maid? They're exactly like that. Going around with their little bags, their little Gucci bags, and makeup on, and, their hair all did. Oh my God, jeez. I am glad I am not a woman look for a man this day and age because I would not find one that I would want. I want a manly man. You know, get out there and put the brakes on the car, do the small repairs on the car, or at least have the money to have someone fix it. Be a man. Don't, your wife's car breaks down and, oh, honey, where are we going to get the money? Because the guy don't know how to save shit either. You know what I'm saying? Right about that would be. Yep. Absolutely, Angela. They're downgrading women, and I don't like it. I want a cowboy. You got that right, Peggy. But no one from Brokeback Mountain. Oh my lord, if that was on air right now, college, she'd be canceled in a second. Males is a hunk of meat. Well, I don't know. They look at us like we're prime rib, you know? So, I hear you, Angela. I just, yeah, I want a manly man. Even the old guys, even the old guys are thinking it's cool doing that shit these days. That is a really big turnoff for me. You're right. Absolutely, Angela. Yep. More like pink taco. Yeah. They'll advertise anything on TV these days. Remember when they would talk about feminine products but not show it on TV? But women knew what they were talking about? Everything's sexualized these days. Everything. I mean, I don't even watch half of the new, well, a majority of the new movies coming out because all of it's socialist bullcrap. Yeah, I do, Angela. Yep. Some things are, I can see advertising things, but some things are not meant for the opposite sex to see. I'm sorry. I do not want to turn my TV on and see a man in underwear. That belongs, that picture belongs to a wife, not the public. Am I an old fuddy duddy? Yeah, probably. I just think there has to be a happy medium. We shouldn't have went from one extreme to the other. Well, good for you. At least you're thinking that other people would be. Yes. Yes, Angela. Yep. And they never really said what it was, but a woman knew what it was. Yeah, absolutely, college. Curmudgeon. It's that's why I usually pop my popcorn or something when a commercial comes on one of them free movies. Because half the time it's shit that I don't care to see anyways. But I'm an old lady. I got my favorite brands anyhow. Very rarely do I try a new brand of anything. You don't even like watch movies on YouTube or anything? Some of the ads they have on YouTube are just as bad. The one who really gets me is these ones that says we can get you to start your business and make $5,000 a month. Da 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 da. And then it'll be $5,000 a day. I'm like, dude, if I was making that kind of money, do you think I would be telling the world my secret? Hell no. It's a scam. Absolutely made. I always have something playing in the background just to make my mind think somebody's in the house. I usually have an audio book on or something. I can't take the silence. I don't know. Back in the 70s, college, remember the Coke commercial? I'd like to teach the world is something. Please, they did that shit with pop all the time. You just now noticing it. Yeah, I mean, if I'm right there and I don't want to get up, I'll mute it. But for the most part, that's when I take my bathroom breaks or whatever. Or if I'm crocheting, I'll get 20 stitches in instead of 2. Thank you, maid. I had forgotten that part. Yeah. Soda has always been the moment. Just like for the men, beer is the moment. And both are so bad for you. And now you can't go on a commercial break without at least one commercial being one of those meal kits. I've thought about getting those, but I'm like, the only thing they're doing is the prep work. I mean, would I like that? Yes. But I'm not paying for prep work to be done. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's always been, or, they open it the old way with the tops in the pop machine and they'll drink it. Like euphoria. Yeah, I've been trying to drink more water. Um, I have a half can to a can a day, but more water. It's just getting rid of that last remaining bad habit. Like, I'm down to 5 to 6 cigarettes, and then I'm down to a can of pop. I'll just say 1 can of pop a day. It's hard to get rid of that last little bit. And most of it's a habit. Like, I'll smoke on here, it's a habit. After dinner, I'll have one. And first thing in the morning. Those are habits that are hard to break. Yeah. Yeah, too much milk is not good for you. There's a lot of sugar in milk. Oh no. Yeah, you get all flummy with milk. We're not supposed to be drinking cow milk as a human anyways. But I think, back in the day, that's the other option they have besides water was milk. So I think that's where that got started, was a need. Because if they had a cow but they lived a mile from the creek, you needed water to wash dishes, your body, feed the farm animals. So your go-to was the milk from a cow. I hear you. I hear college. It is. It's just like woman's milk is just for the human babies. We're not supposed to be drinking it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people drink it. because I think back in the day it was the only thing they had that was an option. Um, and I think it just, moved with the generations, and they're finding out it's just not good for us because during the processing of milk, they add tons of sugar to that milk, tons of it, because I can't drink it straight from the cow. It's nasty. I've tasted it, don't like it. So they put sugar in it to sweeten it up. So, yeah, milk's not good for you. And it's not even the fat content, it's the sugar in it. Because I won't drink 2% or 1% or almond milk. Never knew almonds had tits, but yeah, I won't drink it. But um, yeah, it's just whole milk if I drink it. I mainly use it for like cooking my macaroni and cheese or whatever. We are. They said, made that I was reading, through eras of time, like there could be a bird in the forest, and within a few generations, the beak will change its shape due to the type of berry it needs to get. So let's just say, for instance, it lives in a forest and those red berries are plentiful and they eat on those, and then maybe a storm comes through and another berry starts growing or whatever. After several generations of a new berry, their beak changes to accept the new berry. They're finding that out with sugar in humans. It is becoming a part of our DNA to where once we're born with the craving of sugar. That's what they're finding. Well, we all did college. I mean, you only know this stuff when you start researching it when you're older. And back in the day, they didn't have computers for parents to find this stuff out. But you also got to be very diligent on what sites you're getting information from. Right, mate? Exactly. Yeah. I just wish I'd known all this. Okay, some of it I did know, like the cigarettes and the pop and the cookies and the ice cream and shit that I shouldn't eat as much as I did. And now I'm paying for it. But some of the other stuff, like milk and some of this stuff they're putting in our foods. Well, I was ignorant to think the FDA was looking out for us. They're not. They're looking after who can donate the most money to get their product released. So you have to basically research everything for the most part. I mean, like I'll still eat canned soup once in a while, but I'm trying to go more towards natural food. That's tough for somebody that does not like to cook. Absolutely, made. When it comes down to it, you're right. If they can make money off of it, that's what they'll approve. And that's sad because back in the day, they used to not allow these companies to donate money to the FDA. You know, if they had a product that was under review. And now that's the only way their product gets released is by how much they donate, especially like medications. And so I don't even trust the FDA anymore. I don't trust any of it. I think I have basically become an anti vaxxer. Because if I didn't have my shingle shot 10 years ago, I would definitely not have taken the new one that just came out a year or two ago. I wouldn't have done it. But that was before all this garbage came up with releasing things without it being properly tested. Yeah, I wonder that too, college. But I bought some things that the Consumer Reports has said that's the best, and it's been pretty good merchandise. But that's with anything, isn't it? We have to research everything. It's even getting to the point to where if you go on Amazon, I can't trust half the reviews because the Amazon seller sends things to people and these people will lie. Have I ever lied on them? No. Has a product failed on me after a review? Yeah. And I can't take that review down. It pisses me off. But you got a lot of fake reviews on Amazon now. Oh, I know, maid. I know. Um, I can't go for a life saving procedure because I refuse to take it. You know what I'm saying? So, knowing my luck, I take it and I die of a heart attack just so that I could have had a life saving procedure. That would be my luck. So I tell them no thanks. You know, years down the line, they're finding out there's a lot of um, bad effects from it. And I mean, I'm not blaming for anyone that took it. That was under your own conscience. I was always against the mandate. No, can't made. So, I just thought, I'll go naturally and just keep fighting with what I can fight with. And what they won't approve me for, they won't approve me for. So it's just the luck of the draw, I guess. I will never, if I say I'm going to get false fingernails again, tell me to stop. My fingernails are more brittle than ever now. I can't seem to get them to grow at all. Except for the thumb. It grows pretty good. But the rest of them are like breaking all the time. Just to put that out there. Just tell me, no, don't do it. I'd rather have a couple of broken nails than all broken nails because I paid for something that made them weaker. I got to keep remembering I'm not 20 anymore. My nails aren't as healthy as when I was 20. Damn. How in the hell did time creep up on me like that? Did it creep up on you guys too? Because I remember celebrating my birthdays, but it seems like I must have missed some because I don't remember getting this old this fast. Oh, I know. Yeah, I cut mine down to where they're kind of short. But I was tired of my nails breaking all the time. But it got to the point. Number one, I would have to pay $24 every 2 weeks to get them filled in and cut and maintained. And then when they started popping off, my nail was getting weaker. I'm like, this ain't worth it. It's not worth it. So, yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. I still got this hand that needs to come off. And I keep working at them, but they're really glued on there pretty good. They are, Peggy. The one I go to, it's $40 to put them on, then $24 every 2 weeks to get them maintained. I don't have that kind of cash to be thrown away. I had them filled once. And then 2 weeks later, I seen that it needed to be filled again. I'm like, oh, hell no. No, 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 no. If my hair grew that fast, I would have been happy. But my nails grew fast, but they got weak. I like how they look. I do. But you're right, it's not worth the money. Especially when you're not in that kind of income bracket where you got $24 to throw away here and there. It's not worth it. I don't know about you guys, but I need to watch every cent I have. I've been even more picky about what I purchase. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. Sounds like you might need a porcelain, like, um, that's resined in. I know there's, or just have it pulled and a fake one put in. Sometimes that's just easier. It is. It's very expensive. And insurance don't cover shit on it. Not much. I wish there was really good dental insurance. But yeah, mine sucks. And my eye insurance, my doctor's on the list, but he refuses to do the eye exams through my insurance company because they're not paying. Don't blame him, but he shouldn't have been put on the list again this year if that's what he feels. So I got to look for an eye doctor, but I do like lens crafters to do my classes. They've never failed me. Oh, okay, college. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a dentist and do not play one on YouTube, so. You guys noticed a lot of family channels have been getting canceled lately? Kind of think it's a good thing. Some states have even finally put it into law that if you have a family channel, you have to open trust accounts for your kids, and so much of the percentage needs to go in that trust account. Thank God. Because we've had parents get multi-million-dollar homes off the kids' work. And then a lot of times we're finding out the really rich ones are abusing their children, unfortunately. Yeah. So I don't know how that's going to go. I'm waiting for what's her name? Jody Hildebrand and someone else. What was the Passengers of 8? That's all I know. Or 8 passengers. Wait for their sentencing. I hope they get at least 20 years. At least. Those babies, I feel bad. It's going to take years of therapy to get over And they probably will never get over it, what they've been through. Ruby, what was her name? Ruby something. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. I think it's March 5th, maybe. We got so many lawsuits coming up with YouTubers. Like, Without a Crystal Ball. She's under a major lawsuit now, which is pretty interesting. She tried to use journalistic privacy. Judge said, no. So now she has to release her sources, which I think is funny as hell. Because I think half these sources are make-believe just to drum up drama on her channel. So I hope she gets sued buku full of money. You can't just go around lying on people. And I'm not counting the one that, like, I love watching reaction channels because I get my information without watching the channel that are idiots. And I love how these idiots go after these reaction channels over copyright law. No. They don't understand copyright is taking like a 20-second chunk out of your video and not doing any kind of editing. But if you edit it, you're allowed to do that shit. And I'm going to go ham over one channel in a roundabout way. I don't either, because I think a lot of those babies, they don't get that money, especially in the states that don't have that law yet. Well, remember that one? She went and rehomed her adopted child. I was like, are you kidding me? And she knew that child was special needs before she adopted him. And then when she brought him home after, 8 months to a year, she said she couldn't handle him and rehomed him. A child is not a dog. Go ham means go crazy. That's the way we talk here. I know, those are stupid. There's a lot of channels out there where the girl thinks she's so sexy that she films a live of her sleeping every night. What the hell? Yeah. Stauffer, I think, was the last name. That's what's coming up in my head. Stauffer, something like that. Anyways, yeah, she rehomed her child. And I was like, child is not a dog. That child formed a very big bond with you as a mama. And you just, especially when you knew what you were getting into in the first place. Don't act like you didn't. So, but yeah. But I'm going to do mine my own way. I'm going to show a clip of the wrong way and do it the right way. That's how I'm going to do it. And I'm not showing anybody's face. It's just, do not do this. You're going to get sick. And this person's just a complete idiot. Something new to the channel to look forward to. No, hell no, maid. I'll have my mask on, then once in a while let a snore out. No, 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 no. That would be funny though, but no. I might have done that as a joke, but no, because it would be taken down right away. Made you or something else. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, it is 10:10. I'm starting to get a little uncomfortable. Oh, I know college, yeah, right? And just how many clips of that's going to be all over the internet by the time I wake up. No, thank you. I'll be the new viral clip of the day, and I'm not even going to get paid for it. So, no, that's okay. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I need to lie down. You guys have a safe week. Stay blessed. And Helen, if you're listening, we're praying for you to get better. Yeah. And I hopefully see you next Tuesday. Now, if I have my procedure on Monday, I will not be on Tuesday because once they empty my stomach of the fluid, my organs have a rave. And because what they're trying to do is adjust to get back in place where they need to be. And I'm in a lot of pain. So, but I'll let you know through the community guide if that happens. So, everybody have a great night. I'll see you next week, hopefully. And stay safe out there, okay? Night. If I can find the button. Here it is.